Mom, who's my dad? All the other kids at school know who their dad is. Who's mine?
Oh, I don't know. That guy.
A little boy asks his mom who his dad is, and she doesn't tell him the truth. The truth is that his father was a guy who left, somebody who didn't stay, who wasn't anybody special. Instead, she looks at her son and tells him his dad was someone incredible, someone important, someone he should feel lucky to come from. It's a lie. Start to finish, a made-up story. And she's going to keep telling it, and lies just like it for years. Here's what I can't get past, though. That lie might be the most loving thing anybody does in the entire show. Her name's Loretta Stinson, Barney's mom. And the show mostly treats her as a joke. The loud, embarrassing, too much mom with the wild past. A side character you laugh at and forget. But something clicked for me on my last rewatch, and I honestly can't unsee it now. Loretta isn't the punchline. She's the architect. Everything you love about Barney, all of it, the confidence, the suits, the legends, that ridiculous bulletproof self-belief, none of it just happened. Somebody built it, on purpose. A broke single mother who looked at two kids the world had already written off and decided they were going to feel legendary anyway, even if she had to invent an entire world to pull it off. This is the lie that made Barney Stinson. To get Loretta, you've got to look at the hand she was actually dealt. The show hides it behind jokes, but it's rough. She raised two boys completely on her own, Barney and his brother James. Two sons, two different fathers, and neither man stuck around. No partner, no backup, just her. And you can feel the weight of it in the flashbacks. The judgment, the whispering. That sense that her family was something people talked about behind her back. Two boys, no dads, a mom with a reputation, and barely any money to hold it all together. Think about what that usually does to a kid. Most children in that spot grow up absorbing one quiet, poisonous idea. You came from nothing, so you're nothing. The missing father turns into this hole they carry around, a feeling that they weren't worth sticking around for. Loretta saw that hole coming. She looked at the exact wound that was about to open up in her sons, and she made a call. She wasn't going to let them carry it. She couldn't give them a dad, couldn't give them money or status or a family the neighbors respected. But there was one thing she could give them. A story. So she lied. She told Barney his father was someone to be proud of. She spun these big, gorgeous fictions about where they came from and who they were destined to be. Over and over, 100 different ways. She told her boys they were special. That greatness was coming for them. That they were. And the show eventually makes this word famous. Legendary. None of it was true. Not yet. But that's the thing Loretta understood, and I don't even think she knew she understood it. Kids don't get confident because someone told them the honest odds. They get confident because someone they love looks them dead in the eye and swears they're going to be amazing. And means it's so hard the kid has no choice but to believe it too. Now look at what that did to Barney. Because once you see Loretta as the architect, the whole Barney Stinson thing stops looking like a bunch of random quirks. It starts looking like an inheritance. Where do you think Suit Up actually comes from? The performance. The legends. That relentless, almost desperate need to insist everything's awesome, he's awesome, tonight's gonna be legendary. That's not the easy confidence of some happy, stable kid. That's a survival skill. That's a boy who learned early that when reality hurts, you don't sit in it. You build something better on top of it. You write yourself a better story and you commit so hard it turns real. Loretta taught him that. Not with some speech. With her whole life. Every single time she turned their painful reality into something a kid could be proud of, she was passing down the family trade, the beautiful lie, the art of deciding who you are instead of letting the facts decide for you. And if you want proof, there's an episode that makes it impossible to argue with. The gang helps Loretta clean out her house, and the whole thing hinges on the stories she used to tell. Grown-up Barney is still protecting one of them, still keeping the legend about his dad alive. Because her lies didn't just shape little kid Barney, they became the operating system of the adult. He kept running the story long after he should have outgrown it. It was the only foundation anyone ever handed him. And it's not just Barney. Look at James. Same mom, same lies, same blueprint. And James grows up confident, successful, settled, a loving father of his own. Two boys raised on the exact same fictions, and both of them walk out into the world sure they're worth something. That's not luck. That's a track record. Whatever Loretta did in her messy, dishonest, totally unconventional way, it worked. Twice. Two fatherless kids from a brutal start, and neither of them came out broken by it. Both came out believing they were special. Do you know how rare that is? How many people spend their entire adult lives trying to fill the hole a missing parent left behind? Loretta filled it. With lies, yeah, but she filled it. But I'd be lying to you if I pretended those lies came free. They didn't, because there's a catch to raising a kid on beautiful fiction. That kid grows up not always able to tell the story from the truth anymore. Barney turns into a man who lies constantly, to women, to his friends, to himself. He performs a version of himself so hard, so non-stop, that you genuinely start to wonder if he even knows where the act ends and the real guy begins. And there's this deep loneliness underneath all of it. Under the legends, Barney's a guy who somewhere along the way decided the real him, the fatherless kid from the hard house, wasn't good enough to show anyone, so he hides it. Behind the suit, the catchphrases, the whole legend his mom taught him to build. The gift that protected him is the same thing that trapped him. The armor that keeps the wound hidden also keeps everyone from ever really getting to him. So when Barney finally meets his actual father, an ordinary suburban guy.
Barney, I got your letter.
Dad? A driving instructor. Nothing legendary about him at all. It wrecks him. All those years, Barney needed his dad to be somebody extraordinary. His mom raised him to believe that's where he came from. And the reality, just a regular man who didn't stick around, it's almost too much to take. Not because the guy's a villain, he isn't. It's because the beautiful lie that held Barney together his whole life finally cracks open, and under it there's just a boy who needed his father to be special so that he could be special too. And this is the part that flips the whole thing for me. The thing I think the show is quietly telling us under all the jokes about Barney's embarrassing mom. Loretta didn't lie to Barney, she handed him a blueprint. Because when you step back and take in the full picture, every legendary thing about Barney Stinson is really just his mother's love, run through his own translator. She taught him you don't have to accept the story life hands you, that you're allowed to write a better one, that a painful reality can be turned into something a person is actually proud to live inside. That's not damage. Honestly, that might be the most valuable thing a parent with nothing can give a kid. The unshakable, built-from-scratch belief that they matter. And sure, the lies cost him. Barney spent years lost in the performance. But ask the harder question. What was the alternative? A mom who sat her boys down and gave it to them straight? You come from nothing. Your fathers didn't want you. Keep your hopes low. That would have been honest. And it would have flattened them. Loretta picked the lie that built her sons up over the truth that would have torn them down. And given everything stacked against her, that wasn't weakness. That was the bravest thing she had to give. And here's how you know the blueprint was love and not just damage. Watch what Barney does the day he becomes a father. When he holds his daughter for the first time, something in him finally lands. The legend, the suits, the whole act, all of it just goes quiet. And he says the truest thing he's ever said, that he'll love her and find her no matter what. Sit with what that means next to his whole life.
You are the love of my life.
Barney got raised on a beautiful lie because that was the only language his mom had for I love you, and you're special. And now, he's the parent. And he takes the love she gave him and he keeps it. But the lie? He doesn't need that part anymore because for the first time he gets to give a kid the thing he never got. Somebody who stays. Somebody who tells her she's extraordinary and means it and is also just there. Real. Present. Loretta gave her boys a beautiful lie because it's all she had to give. Barney gets to give his daughter that same belief. That she's something rare, but built on the one thing his mother could never afford. A parent who doesn't leave. That's the cycle finally healing. The love gets passed down. The lie doesn't have to. So no, Loretta Stinson was never the joke the show made her out to be. She was the quiet engine running under the most legendary character in the whole series. Every suit up, every legend, every impossible ounce of confidence Barney ever had. It all traces back to a broke single mom who looked at two boys the world had already counted out and decided they were going to feel like kings. Even if she had to build the whole kingdom herself. She didn't give her sons the truth. She gave them something a lot of kids who get the truth never do. She made them believe they were worth staying for. And this is why this one stuck with me. Because almost everybody has a Loretta. A parent who faked a strength they didn't feel. Who hid how bad things really were. Who told you a prettier version of the story so you grow up believing in yourself. And most of us only figure out those lies for what they were years later, once we're old enough to understand what it cost them to tell them. So if there's someone in your life who built you up out of nothing, who made you feel legendary before you'd done a single legendary thing, maybe give them a call. Thank them for the beautiful lie. They were never lying about the part that actually mattered. Tell me in the comments. Did Loretta do right by get by her boys, or did the lies do more harm than good? I read every single one. And if you want more of this, the love hiding under the jokes, pull up a seat under the yellow umbrella and subscribe. Ted, Barney, Robin, Marshall, the Lily, the mother, and Victoria are all up already, and there's still so much of the story left to decode. I'm decoding How I Met Your Mother, one character at a time. I'll see you in the next one.